warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone, what you're feeling today? I hope you are feeling great today. I'm Khairun Nisa as the first speaker from Group 11. Here I will explain our topic about translating poetry. Poetry is the most personal and concentrate of the four forms. No redundancy, no pathetic language, where as a unit. The word has greater importance than in any other type of text. And again, if the word is the first unit of meaning, and then the second is not the sentence of the proposition, but usually the line, thereby again demonstrating a unique double concentration of unit. The integrity of both the lexical unit and the lines has to be preserved within a context. The first is corresponding punctuation, which essentially reproduces the tone of the original, and then the second is accurate translation of metaphor. The original metaphor is the controlling element in all creative language, evoking to a visual image. If an abstract image, such as justice or mercy, become people or object, not only sight, but the four other senses. For example, fur as touch, food as taste, flower as smell, bells or birds as sound, as well as the concomitant human quality, good or evil, pleasure or pain, that this image, sensory, sensuous, sensual, sensitive, image, perhaps even sensational, to liven up language can produce. Poetry presents the things in order to convey the feeling, in particular, and however concrete the language, each represents something else, a feeling, a behavior, a view of life as well itself. Well guys, I think enough for my explanation. Thank you for your nice attention. And then the last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you, bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Risti. Here I would like to continue my friend material which is about translating poetry. Emotionally, different sounds create different meanings based not on the sounds of nature, nor on the seductive noises in the streams and the forest, but on the common sounds of the human truth. All these plant can see. This is openness is missing in to be or not to be, that is the questions, which is almost a word-for-word translations. The fact is that however good as a translation, its meaning will differ in many ways from the original. A successfully translated poem is always another form. Whether a translator gives priority to content or manner, and written manner, what aspect structure is to have priority must depend not only on the values of the particular poem, but also on the translator theory of poetry. Therefore, no general theory of poetic translations is possible, and all a translations theorists can do is to draw attention to have variety of possibility and point to successful practice. Unless he seriously wants to incorporate his theory of translations into his own theory of poetry, deliberately or intuitively, the translator has to decide whether the expressive or the aesthetic functions of language in a form or in one place in a form is more important. Cruelly, this renews Kant's argument concerning truth and beauty. Beauty is a truth. Truth, beauty. That is all you know, and all you need to know when he means things that they divine and are equivalent to each other, as well as the latter argument between art as a criticism of life and art for art's sake, which characterize two French poetic movement as well as much turn of the century literature. All art is useless. Word Oscar Wilde was on art believes this statement. Clearly Keats, who was not thinking of translations, oversimplified the argument. If truth stand for the literal translations and beauty for the elegant versions in the translations idiom. Truth is ugly and beauty is always a lie. That's life, meaning what says, but the translations theories will point out that both those versions, the literal and the elegant form, which normally be equally unsatisfactory as translations of form or of anything else. Some versions, some approximations between the expressive and the aesthetic functions of language is required, wherein any even the versional language of the poet which deviates from the norms of the source language is likely to divide even more from those of the target language. Thus, Karl Kraus complained that Stephen George, by doing violence to the English sense of Shakespeare's sonnets and to German verbal and grammatical usage, had produced unique abortions. But, in my belief, George is the closest and most successful of all translators. George's translation is notable for its toughness and flexibility, and particularly for its emphasis on the corresponding them word determinant, where he is unable to reach Shakespeare in the vowel semi. He reiterates the meaning of the quatrain and above all in the splendid logical statement of Shakespeare's opening with its communicative dynamism and processes, where George is first in an innovations. Angus Graham, in his discussion of the translation of Chinese poetry, says that the element in poetry which is travels based in concrete imagery, a crypt or thought of Chinese such original poetry itself has no redundancy, no poetic language, but the translator usually needs a little extra space. He relies on redundancy in over translating, says value as voluble or weak and soft, and here is often hammered in by the method, and whilst the second translation is closer and more successful. I think this is enough for me. Thank you.
Newmar cannot accept this. Firstly, because a lot of French poetry, like Villon, Rimbaud, Villery, has been more or less successfully translated into English. Secondly, because although there are obvious minuses the syntaxical differences, the huge English vocabulary compared with the small French vocabulary, so that many French words appear to be generic words covering many English-specific words that themselves like a generic word, like humid, molloy, humid, damp, dank, moist, wet, clammy, undried, noir, black, dark, dim, dull, dusky, deep, gloomy, and murky, making French abstract and intellectual with less English is concrete and real yet. In the actual particular of the text, English has infinite creative resources. English has the disables as well as monosyllables. English in the 18th century got close to all the so-called French properties and given empathy, given sympathy. There is no reason why one day even reason should not find his inadequate but challenging English translator. John Khairun sets out three considerations for the translation of Russian. The first, the translator must adopt 10-syllable blank verse. The second, Russian must be translated accurately. And the third, Russian's verse is particularly difficult owing to his capacity of evoking music from the most unpromising material. And then, but for me, they have always been Russian's most beautiful lines, like crystallizing the neurotic expose mental and nervous obsession, which is the essence of Russian character. I think it's enough. And next.
Hi guys, I'm Azizah and I will continue explaining, but not really explaining though. I'm just gonna read the poetry. And yeah, I'm using earphones so my voice sounds more clear, because here is kind of noisy. That's motorcycle, you hear it, right? Sounds and anything else. I hope you guys understand. And here we go. The poetry is Don't Give Up by Bob Carey. If you try and have no one. Never stop for crying. All that's great and good is done just by patience and trying. Though young birds in flying fall, still their wings grow stronger. And the next time they can keep up a little longer. Though the story has known many a blast that bowed her, she has risen, and the stress often changed. Okay, that's it, guys. Thank you.